What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Electronic Age. I'm your host, Adrian Saya, and on today's episode, we got Haylee in the building.
Hey,
What's up? What's up?
what's going on?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Hey, I'm really actually happy to be out of my house.
Yeah?
It's been, I think, 3 days.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but it's been good. It's been good. I've just been like producing a lot of music.
Yeah? So, how does that producing look like? Because I've been watching a lot of your TikTok reels, right? And I love seeing the way you're putting the kind of putting the producing mentality into like a clip, right? You're like basically clapping, hearing sounds on a computer, and you're like, yeah, this is good. No, this one's good. That one's bad.
I mean, thanks. Like, the goal of my TikToks is to just be relatable. Like, okay, the goal of TikTok is everyone has a niche. Obviously, like, my niche is producing, DJing, being a vocalist, and those are all the things that I focus on. But obviously, like, anybody that would meet me would know that I like making people laugh. So, like, I'm gonna incorporate that part into my TikTok as well, and that's why TikTok has really like been a really good platform to me for me to like showcase my personality.
Gotcha.
And also just, like, relate to other producers, because I know a lot of my things are, I actually like, they get a lot of engagement, and that makes me so happy because obviously it gives me validation that yes, I am funny, but also like relatable too, because that's the point of it.
Totally, totally. And at what point did you realize that you had this like comedic spin for things? Was it
I've
always
always
you?
I've always loved to make people laugh,
Yeah.
and I've always noticed that naturally during conversations people laugh with me.
Okay.
Even when I'm not trying to make people laugh,
It just happens.
I just have this, like, maybe this humorous energy about me. I don't know if it's cuz I look funny,
All right.
but who knows.
All right. Just give
So,
up the humor aura, and people dig
let's
it.
say
The
that.
humor
I'll
aura.
I'll
I
take
like
that.
it.
I'll
All
take
right.
that. Honestly. Yeah, the humor aura.
I love it. So, this is one facet. You said you got producing in the bag. And this is what you like to do on TikTok, where you added some humor to it. Has it always been easy for you to produce and make content, or was that kind of like a build up for you?
Well, I've only been producing music for a year.
Wow. Really?
I mean, yes, like, okay, creating music, I'm on year 20,
Okay.
because I've been playing instruments, and I've been a singer, an actress, just an all around, like, entertainer in general, like, on stage type of deal since I was, like, 5 years old.
Wow. And have you always done that here in South Florida?
No, I moved around a lot. I lived in Cape Coral,
Word.
Florida, and I did like a lot of church musicals
Yeah.
growing up. Yeah, like I would say 5 years old. I still remember, as crazy as that sounds, because I barely remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. But like literally, I still remember being 5 years old singing Silent Night on Christmas. Like,
Wow.
yeah, like, and I remember like everyone was like, "Oh, praise Jesus! Oh Lord, oh Lord!" I just remember that feeling though of like seeing like so many people just absolutely loving what I'm doing, and I'm only like 5 years old.
And do you think that's the moment that really stuck with you? Like, I could keep doing this.
I mean, maybe like
Yeah.
subconsciously for sure. There's been so many moments like that in my life, I feel, where I'm like, this is like hands down, this is where I'm at. Like, this is where I'm going.
Yeah. And have you always found yourself to be like a natural singer?
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
like that's blessed from my mom type deal.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom was a singer. My dad is a singer. My little sister is an incredible singer.
Really? So you come from a musical family.
Yeah, for sure. I'm the only person that plays instruments. My dad used to play guitar back in the day. I'm sure he's just a little rusty, but like, I'm the only person that plays instruments and like creates music. But everybody is like, if you're in the house with my family, which by the way, I have 7 brothers and sisters.
No way.
Yeah.
7?
Yes.
And where are you in this line?
I'm the
seven?
middle.
You're right.
That's
in the
why I'm the
middle?
wild child.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you meet anybody else in my family,
Yeah.
I guarantee they all say, if you sat them down individually and say, who's the craziest of them all? Haylee. Because I'm the middle child, man.
Word.
It's true. What they say, the middle child syndrome is true.
And what is it that makes you so crazy?
I'm just more, like, to be quite honest, I'm like, I'm kind of how my mom was, like super just outlandish and unfiltered, which can get me in trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
But then I really don't care.
Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Are we? I wasn't sure if we were cursing because I was gonna say who gives a
say whatever the fuck you
fuck.
Fuck.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Let's edit that out. No, but yeah. I've always been like the most kind of out there. Yeah. Just out there. And I also was the trouble child. I did the craziest things being as a kid. Like I was the troublemaker. Gotcha. I was the instigator. Yeah. But then I was like, no, he did it.
Oh, you were those. Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah.
I see.
But that's in the past. I am not my past. No. I am not my past.
No. You're here now, and you're using it to your best advantage. It sounds like you're taking advantage of that really for even making content, producing music. Like, it adds more to your personality, right?
I definitely think that, like, having a big family builds a lot of my personality. Because being the middle also was like, I had 3 younger than me who I was like, I'm the boss. And then I had 3 older than me who I was like, oh, I wish I was like them. You know what I mean? So I had so many different influences, so many different personalities in general, like invading my space realistically because we all lived in the same house.
Wow.
Yeah. But my parents are incredible people. Like, my mom was the most beautiful person I ever knew. And then my dad is still, like, just absolutely incredible.
And do they kind of push you to keep pursuing music and getting bigger and producing and such?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My mom passed away last summer. It's almost been a year, but literally, like, the last thing she said to me was that, like, what I'm doing is my career, and I need to stick with it.
That's powerful.
It was. And then my dad, like, literally my whole life, no matter what I did, I had, like, stupid regular jobs, but I always came back to having music. Always.
And did that kind of lead to this natural progression to Miami, would you say?
So I'm from Miami. Okay. But I moved over to Orlando. I lived there for a long time, about 4 or 5 years. Uh-huh. And I've been all around. But I lived in Orlando for about 4 years, and that's when I started DJing. I started DJing first, and the reason I started DJing was just because quarantine.
Really?
I was bored as hell. I've always, like, had a little, like, fantasy of just being on the stage as a DJ. Like, never even that's the funny part about me. It was never the passion to be a DJ, to actually be like, ooh, that's cool. I want to work the boards. I want to make the music. It was like, I want to be on stage.
All right, you want to be the center, right? Like, everyone, all eyes on you.
I was in musicals as a kid. I've always been on stage. I'm like, people be like, oh, I'm scared of stage fright. I'm like, not me. I'll do it. I was the kid in class where they're like, oh, we have to present. I'm like, I'll do it. I'll present. And then I made it like an act.
So you weren't afraid?
No, like, that's just part of my personality.
You were comfortable being in the limelight.
I love the limelight. I see. As a kid, it got me in trouble because I wanted all the attention. As an adult now, I've learned to draw it back to where it's like, I'm definitely not afraid to be in the limelight. In fact, I love it, but it's like, you want to be in the limelight? Go ahead.
Someone a chance.
Yes. As a kid, I had to learn that, you know, like the hard way. People be like, Haylee, stop trying to steal everyone's thunder.
Yeah, give other people their time to shine. Okay,
yeah.
Makes sense.
We all have to, like, grow through things, you know?
A lot, yeah, definitely. And that's one of those things that I think through experience, you're more so taught than just told. You know? Yeah. It's like, as long as you get, like, for me, I've been blessed to have people in my life that told me the hard way type of deal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're going to be like, hey, I understand where you're coming from, but, like, look at it from this outside perspective. Like, these things don't look okay. Like, these things might be taken this way. Because I am a really unfiltered person. Yeah. So I do realize that a lot in this industry, too, your image is everything. Yeah. And your brand. It makes everything that goes into getting booked, how people perceive you, all of it. Exactly. Yeah. Which, and you have to, like, have you have to pick and choose. Do I really care? Mm-hmm. But at some level, you have to care. Right. Yeah. But at another level, you don't.
you don't. You know what I'm trying to say here, right?
You have the balance.
You just definitely have to have the
You don't
balance.
want to restrict yourself all the way that you become across as like disingenuous. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because you're just trying to muzzle your personality because you're afraid someone's gonna say something.
And going back to the TikTok,
yeah,
that's something that TikTok knows. That's something that app is really good at, is knowing if you're being inauthentic, unauthentic,
yeah.
or not.
Word.
Like, so, and I have noticed that my most authentic videos that I make, where I'm like, this is my idea, this is my sound, like it's me talking or something, like those are the ones that get the most interaction.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah, super interesting.
Isn't that cool? But it's because the app itself rewards you for being authentic. Like, I don't really know. I'm not the coders of the app, but what I do know is that it can just tell when you're being inauthentic, or if you are copying someone's idea, or just not being yourself.
So I know on TikTok you mentioned you have about 36,000 followers, right?
Yes.
How long did it take you to realize that being authentic is the best form of content? You know, was this always just like right from the get-go, you were just kind of doing your own thing, or you had a strategy? Like, how did you end up to that growth level?
The only strategy that I had was making sure that I was consistent. For me, that's what actually got me the growth. I used to post like 4 times a day. Now I only post 1, but I still see my engagement rate go up consistently all the time.
Nice.
But that was the only strategy I had. Right from the get-go, I could see that it was going to work for me, because I have little scenarios on a day-to-day basis that go through my head. All I need to do is record them. Like, you feel me? Like, a lot of those things that I say on my Instagram, these are things that I'm thinking in that given moment. And I'm like, I bet a lot of people are also thinking these things. Or I think to myself, that was a hilarious thought, Haley. I'm going to write that on my Instagram. Like.
Yeah. Sounds like you allow yourself to be creative. And just
let you have to. Yeah, you definitely. I feel like it's been a couple. You have to like definitely be comfortable to be yourself. That's for sure. And being an artist, if you're not comfortable being yourself, you should not be an artist. Because that's what artistry is.
Totally.
In any form, is literally like showing yourself.
Definitely.
When I'm sad, I sit on the DAW and I fucking play my piano and make some sad music. But then it's like, I show it to my friend and they're like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is really cool. And then I add a lo-fi hip hop beat to it. And now it's like a cool, like, sad boy song. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's therapeutic. But that's also people that know me in my real life. They'll be like, yo, is this song about that? And I'm like, yeah, it is. Gotcha. They're like, that's really beautiful, Haley. That's a good way to take that out. But it's true. Like, that's what artistry is. It's just being 100% yourself and laying it down. Yeah.
Laying it out there for everyone.
Laying it down on the line and not really worrying what people think.
Big one.
Yeah.
So, having so much eyes on you, and I'm sure people message you all the time on either Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be, right? How do you go about protecting your energy? Because you're putting yourself out there all the time. You're being authentic, but you're getting a lot of stuff back, and it may not all be good.
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I think that how I would answer that is I really don't pay attention to it. Because, like, I'm super secure with who I am. Also, I'm like, I genuinely am proud to say that I wake up every single morning and I'm like, let's go, boys. It's Monday. Let's go, boys. It's Tuesday. It's Wednesday. It's Thursday. Like, I'm excited to wake up because, like, I love what I do. So I just know that when I do get a lot of energy, like, I don't know, something, maybe I'm one of those, like, people that is just really intuitive, but I feel energy within, like, seconds. Within seconds. I met you at a Loud Ass Festival, and I feel like in seconds we were friends. Definitely. Don't you feel the same way?
Yeah, definitely.
But it's because we have the same, like, wavelength in a way. like music, we're on the same frequency.
For
You
sure.
know, like there's this frequency and in my left field, there's this frequency in my right field, and there's the frequency right in the middle, and everyone's in their own little frequency. And you know, I cut my low ends, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that don't belong. Really.
Yeah, like, yeah.
You know, I think this is why I really love people who DJ, right? Because they control that energy in a room, right? You create it, you feel it while you're up on stage, and you know what to play, and you're manipulating the energy right off the bat. So you're kind of like a maestro of energy.
It's my fucking favorite part about being a DJ.
Yeah.
It's actually like a very psychological mind game that I play with myself sometimes too on a boring gig. It's like how many people can I get from the back to the front if I just turn on this song and put my hands in the air?
And see what happens.
And it works every time. But energy is everything, because I've been in a room where the guy's playing just banger after banger after banger. Like I'm like, oh my God, he's killing it. Mm-hmm. And you just see him up there, and he's just like, yeah, I know I'm fucking killing it. I don't need to dance for these people. I don't need to look them in the eyes. Like, I don't know. Like, let me put my shades on. Like, let me add another chain to the necklace. Or
the 4 chains.
Yeah, it's like, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about energy, and I mean, especially electronic music. Mm-hmm. I think, in my opinion, everyone should be dancing and vibing and smiling and having a good time and connecting with the audience. Like you have to. That's the thing about also like being a DJ too. Is like you have to like really like stage presence. You have to, or you're always not gonna like. You're not gonna succeed.
So tell me more about that, because I think a lot of people have a misconception of what stage presence is for DJs.
Oh, okay.
People think, oh, you just go up on stage and you press buttons, right? Like
no.
They got this total idea.
That's like telling a singer that her stage presence is just going up on stage and singing.
Right.
That's not how it goes.
It's not how it goes.
Right.
So how do you think what does stage presence mean to you as a DJ?
So I'll start with saying stage presence that I've learned from being literally an actress since I was a kid. Because in a way, being an artist is an actress. Mm-hmm. Now that might sound a little like rough, but it's not that serious in a way. It's like you have an image that you want to give out, right? You have a brand, whatever your brand is. So, you know, stage presence has to be a part of all of that. And what stage presence is from the get is just when you walk on stage, people are like, oh, that's Haylee. Because I walk on with my head held high, or maybe I skip when I get on stage and click my fucking ankles. Or I have space buns and I like, you know, like it's the way I walk on stage. It's the way I talk on stage. And as DJs, obviously we don't talk, but it's the way that we connect with the artist. And that means eye contact with the artist. That means or with the consumers, with the audience, I meant. And, you know, dancing with them. And when you get off stage, like talking with them and high-fiving them and like not pretending that you care about them, actually caring about them.
I see.
And that's a part of stage presence, all of that.
I see. So you think those qualities kind of separates, do you think actually is a better question, those qualities separate great DJs from like okay DJs?
From like a DJ to like there's a difference between a DJ and an entertainer. That's the difference. That's what separates them.
Oh, interesting.
Because when you're a DJ, you're mixing buttons and you can be at your local bar playing open format, or you could be opening for Diplo at Live in Miami. Like I don't know. But what I do know is that like when you're an entertainer, you are just going to make an impact through the whole entire like you're going to make an impact on your whole entire audience is what I'm saying.
I see. That's a very big difference, than like, just playing music and pressing buttons.
Exactly. Like it's being an entertainer is it's like it's way more of a way to express yourself and in your passion.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And being an entertainer, you have to have stage presence.
For sure. And
I
when
don't care what anyone says.
it's the truth. It's the
And
truth.
if you think you're a DJ and you don't have to be an entertainer to be a DJ, I really think you're wrong.
You got to tell it to them.
And I know that I've only been in, like, I know that because I get this a lot. I really do. Like when it comes to like hate or anything, like when I preach on anything to anybody, like even in person, people will be like, you've been doing this for like a year. And I'm like, I know, but I've also been like in the music industry, and that, and in the music industry doesn't mean like I'm hanging out with Justin Bieber. Music industry means making music and making money off making music.
Right.
So, and I've been doing that since I was literally like 16 years old.
Right.
Like on and off, obviously. But
so, you know, people may have this perception that you've only been in the music industry for a year, let's say, right? You've been making music for a year. They may
on a DAW.
Right. On a DAW, right? So let's put it that way, like on a DAW. Do you think that kind of when it comes to your value, right? Do you think like people have a misconception of what value is in the music industry?
Elaborate.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, you've only been producing for a year. Who are you going to tell me? Who are you to tell me what your experience has been? Like, I've been doing this shit for a hot minute. Right. And I think, to me, that doesn't fully encompass the experiences that you can have. Because even in 1 year, you can go through some shit.
Well, here's and
learn
here's the
quick.
thing that when I hear that type of phrase right there, it typically comes from a guy that's like double my age and like he's in the same room as me. So I'm just thinking to myself, okay, so here we are in the same place at the same time, except you're double my age and you still like, you know what I'm trying to say? Though?
Yeah, totally.
Like, that's where I come back from that, where you asked me, how do I let energy, like, how do I not let it get to me? By remembering shit like that. Like, it's just like, bro, like.
We're in the same place.
Who are you talking to? The person standing in the room doing the same thing, getting the paid the same money as you? Like, that's crazy. Like, or like people that are like at my gig, and I'm like, neither of us got paid for this, bro. Like, who are you like?
Why are you coming out so hot?
Like, yeah, I've been doing this for 16 years. I'm like, wow. And you're at this place. I'm like,
shots fired.
I'll see you in like 5 years when you're opening for me.
Oof.
Yeah.
Facts.
No, the thing is, like, also in this industry, going back to that, is that guy 10 years ago, God bless his soul, when he hopped onto Ableton, he didn't have YouTube. He didn't have a homie that's been doing it for 10 years that can help him out. I do. That's the beautiful thing about my generation of music producers. It's about to be very beautiful in the next 10 years. Like,
so tell me more about that network. Like, do you reach out to other artists to help you and ask for help, or what does that look like? Or do they
I am in
become
the
your
works
mentors?
with a lot of really incredible music producers right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's great to hear.
Yes. I'm a vocalist, so like I made a vocal pack of over like 50 of my my vocals. I did melodies, hooks, phrases, spoken word, all different types of samples, and I reached out to all my favorite artists realistically over Instagram, and I showed them my value in the industry. I say, yo, I'm a vocalist. I made a 50-something sample pack, and I got incredible feedback. When I tell you I sent that, I was so tight sending that email like out to people. I was like,
take a deep breath.
Because it's my first sample pack, so it's like that's my make or break. Let's say like you're like even a semi-famous artist and you have amazing vocalists already on tag. And you hear this girl, and you're like, all right. I mean, I could always use more vocals. So you listen to my pack, and it's just shit after shit. My processing is shit. My lyrics are shit. My melodies don't make sense. Like, you know, you're going to be like, I'm blocking her, actually.
Right.
Like, I'm never going to talk to her again. But it was quite the opposite.
Nice.
Yeah, I got
they
really
got
good
great feedback.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And Do you think it was a big mental hump to send out all of those emails? Like, yo, I got what it takes. Like, listen to this.
Yeah, of course. For me, what it is like the little like imposter syndrome type of deal where it's like, actually, like these lyrics are kind of stupid. Maybe I shouldn't, like, no, maybe that doesn't make sense. Like, maybe this doesn't sound good. Like, you know what I mean? And then, but I just had to do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's so weird. I'll be singing, and when I'm singing, in that given moment, I'm like, I'm fucking killing it. I'm a goddess. I have the voice of a fucking angel. And then I play it back, and I'm like, what? That's me? I'm like, that's horrible. I literally, like, I can't believe it sometimes. But what I did is, in those moments, if I think it sounds good in those moments, I process it. I just go with my gut, and I just save that sample. That's a sample. And that's what I kept doing instead of thinking so hard on each sample, because my turnaround time on lyrics and vocals is like
quick.
Like, if I really sat down and you gave me like 5 hours, I can make a 50-pack sample pack of all different types of things.
And when you make these sample packs, where do you upload them to? Like, what is that process?
They're just exclusive packs that I've been sending to artists.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right now, I'm like working on exclusive packs for like specific people that I would like, that have recently followed me on Instagram. That now, since I have that follow, I'm like, I'm going to make an exclusive pack for each person that I specifically want. Because the thing about the sample pack that I sent out is a lot of people used a lot of the same samples. A lot of the people wanted to use the same samples. And now I had producers literally fighting about samples.
Okay, that makes sense.
So now I'm like, okay. Because and this specific sample that's been like getting like quote unquote fought over on my sample pack between a couple DJs or between a couple producers, like, it's a fire sample.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Even I listened to it and I was like,
that's hot. Yeah.
I literally said, people are going to like that one. I'm gonna put it at the very front of the pack.
Word.
So that when it's the first one they listen to, they're like, okay, I want to hear the next one. Word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was the first pack or the first sample, and so many producers were like, I'm using this one. Did anyone have it? And I'm like, yeah, like 4 other people. So that's why I'm making these exclusive packs.
I love that. That's like a great way of providing value, and then also being able to, use that to build a network.
Yeah.
With people.
And that's the goal.
That's
literally
so
the
great.
goal. Like, I want to provide value. I want to be valuable in this industry.
So you send them the sample packs. Where do you feel like you can then nurture the relationship or take it to another level, right? Professionally, like, is it let's work on a track together? Let's like, what does those next steps may look like?
To be 100% with you, like, I just send out my vocal pack.
Okay.
And all I say to them is that this is obviously these are free for me, but they're not royalty free. So if you do end up using any of my vocals, just send me some updates. And honestly, getting updates on people using my vocals is like Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Christmas. It really is. And even still to this day, like, people will randomly send me little clips of, like, I just yesterday got an email and it was like, use your vocal. And the vocal is really cool. It's like, work it, girl. It's a cool. That's it. And it's like pitched up a little bit, so it sounds kind of like a chipmunk in a way, but
I love it.
Yeah. Like,
and it's like right at the top of a build up.
Yes.
Right before a
exactly.
good drop.
It's like a snare bit. It's like.
Yep.
Work it, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
cool.
can see that hitting. That sounds like a good hit.
Shout out, Jasmine.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out. That's cool.
Also a girl producer using my vocals. That's hot.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So, not enough of us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, working with some really dope producers, and I just feel super, super blessed. Like, going out to Vegas, literally on Friday to work with someone.
That's
then I'm
amazing.
going to be flying to LA to work with somebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're really utilizing your network here.
No, and I'm really like out here trying to.
You're out here. Yeah.
I'm really out here.
I'm really out here. Yeah.
But when they reach out to me, it's more or less like, all right, dope. Thank you so much for using my vocals. Let's do a Zoom call. We do a Zoom call. We meet over Zoom. And then I'm like, yo, I'd love to come over to the West Side and
make something more happen.
Like, let's collaborate in person type shit. Like, one of my producers that I'm working on, he does writing camps.
Wow.
So he's like, yeah, we're thinking about doing a writing camp up in the mountains. You should join. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah.
That's badass.
And when we get off the mic, I can tell you who this guy ghost produced for.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I don't want to like
spill the beans.
I don't
want to
say like that.
All right.
Yeah.
I bet. I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you got these vocals that you've been working, these sample packs. How about any tracks? Are you working on any, like maybe an EP or anything more full length?
So I actually have a few things signed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Badass.
All our collaborations. One is like a collaboration of my production, and then the other two are just like my vocals on a collaboration. All three of them.
Okay.
Wow, why am I? Oh yes, 3.
Okay,
I'm like going
3.
blank. Yeah. All 3 of them are with Dylan Nathaniel.
Oh, bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shout out
cool.
Dylan Nathaniel.
Dylan Nathaniel.
Yes.
Good ass DJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of them was a re-sing, and it like a re-sing of an old sample. Sometimes it's hard to get old songs cleared when you use the sample.
Right.
It's not a Snoop Dogg song, but I'm just using this as an example. Like, you use a Snoop Dogg song and you put it in, it's hard to get that cleared. So someone re-sings it and you're fine, as long as you can prove it's a re-sing. I did something like that for an old song. Mm-hmm. It got signed, but then literally, like, when we were going to release it, the same sample got
cleared
and somebody used it.
Oh man, that's rough.
But we're still gonna release it. It's just
Okay.
gonna be like, we're waiting like 6 months or something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So you just give it some time, let it
Yeah,
sit.
but I'm like, I want to get these songs out. And then there's like one of our songs is going to like this incredible label. Like, I'm like, oh my God. And then another one, he's trying to get on another really big label, and I'm just like crossing my fingers, but I'm also super excited to just release something.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And he started a new label too, Obsessions label.
It's a good name.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So I'm gonna try to slide in those tracks, because I have a lot of originals too that I've been working on. Something big in the industry that I've noticed as an upcoming artist is that there's a lot of pressure on house music producers specifically to do everything by yourself.
What do you mean?
Create the idea, make the arrangement, produce everything by hand, produce your own vocals, process your own vocals, sample your own shit, mix your own shit, master your own shit.
Right.
You
have to own the entire process.
There's so much pressure.
Yeah.
And the further I go along, the more I realize that is such bullshit. And I'm saying that as a new producer to you old producers or whoever. Like, I don't care who thinks that I'm wrong, but if you're a new producer and you think that you have to do everything yourself, you don't. Co-produce, co-produce. Because then the more you co-produce, the more you'll be able to produce by yourself. And the more you'll be able to mix down your own shit and master your own shit. That's the thing that I learned about up and coming, is that everyone's putting so much pressure on everybody to do their own shit. When it's like, why the fuck would I not take advantage of producing with bigger artists who have been doing this for 10 years? And then I learned that much faster, rather than like YouTubing everything and going on paying $7 million at Full Sail. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so
you get to learn
that
firsthand.
was just like a random thing that I was saying that
Right.
was advice to new producers.
That's good advice.
If anyone's listening.
That's very good advice. It's high leverage.
Don't put so much pressure on yourself to
Yeah.
do everything by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because not doing everything by myself is what has made my production skills like just
skyrocket.
Because at first I was like, I can't do everything by myself. Everything. And I was getting so technical about everything. Where now I just create. And then I worry about the mixing and the ranging and the this and that and the extending and the mastering when I bring my song to somebody who is an engineer. Mm-hmm. But then little by little, I find myself naturally my first time mix downs have been getting incredible so fast. Even my friends are like, whoa, this is your first, like, this isn't mastered? I'm like, no, it's just my mix down. And they're like, this is a really good mix down. Even my producer friends of like 10 years.
Wow. So you get to learn firsthand. And also, I think it's a really high leverage skill to be able to do that, honestly, because you're outsourcing work, essentially, you know? And it gives you more time to focus on your own artistry, on the things that you want. Totally.
Too. That's the beautiful part about all of this is that a lot of these producers have become my, like, homies. Like,
that's what's up.
Like, I care about these people, and they're cool, and I think that they care about me as well and my success. And not to mention that I am very valuable to their career in a way because I'm not just a vocalist. I'm also a vocalist with the turnaround time like that. Like, my turnaround time is, like, people are like, damn, did you just make this or you already had that? I was like, no, I just made that.
Have you noticed it's kind of an issue in the industry, like turnaround time?
Yes.
Yeah?
Because even, like, I give them a vocal, like, an hour later, and they're like, all right, I'll check in 6 days. I'm like, what? I want you to work on it now.
To be done yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it was already done. Like,
You know, I think.
But with me, even though, like, my collaborations, like, it's become so, like, stacked at this point. Like, when I tell you, I'm not kidding, I have like 40 to 50 people that I'm, like, collaborating with, as in my vocals. Where they send me something and
how do you keep track or prioritize which one's going to be?
I keep everything super simple, honestly. Okay. When they send me a song and they're like, hey, can you come up with a hook with this? I'm like, sweet, I'll think of 4 words and make a really good delivery for it. That's what music is. It doesn't have to be so. Art thou so beautiful? Thou shalt lay down on the bed of grass and roses. No, I don't know what I'm singing there. That's not a song, but that's a banger.
That's a banger waiting to happen. What do you mean? That is hot.
I'm definitely ripping the sample for this podcast after that. But I don't think everything has to be so serious. Yeah. Like, yeah, and also a lot of my vocals are hilarious. Work it, girl. Like, that's a banger.
Yeah.
You know especially how long that took me to make?
Especially in the house music scene.
I'm pretty sure that was an accident that I said on the microphone. And I was like, yeah, that's actually, we'll work that.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So where do you see yourself for the future? You know, going forward as an artist, where do you see yourself growing into? What is your main goal, I want to say?
What I envision for the future, like I said, love being on stage. I love producing music, but that is not, by no means my passion or my goal, if I'm being 100% with you. Reason I produce electronic music and house music right now is to have access to a big stage one day. Okay. That's it. Because we all know that you have to produce heat. Yeah. In order to get on that EDC lineup, in order to get on those fire labels, like, you know what I mean? So I'm going to do what I need to do to get there. But the goal, I would love to be a very well-known vocalist in the house music industry and possibly even go into pop one day in the future would be dope. I'd love to be a pop artist, but not like a pop artist, but maybe like help write. I don't know. I like to write music too. I love writing. So I don't know. That's like way far into the future, I'm thinking. Right. But in the DJ world, in the house world, in the electronic community, I would love to be on big stages, singing live, playing shows of my music with my vocals, as well as the other artists that use my vocals. Word. But like only sing my vocals. Yeah. Like it would be like an electronic house music set, but it would be like almost like a pop artist too, because I would really be only singing my shit. Mm-hmm.
Things that you created.
Cool. Even if it was like we're at a techno warehouse and I just have a fucking headset on and I'm like, yeah. Yeah. House music all night. Like some Green Velvet shit type, you know? Like, totally. Work it, girl.
That's exactly what Green Velvet has done. Yeah, to the scene.
work it, girl. Everyone will be like, oh shit, she's saying that too.
Yeah.
I want to do that. You want to be that
person.
I would get so good at it, I swear, that I would be I know I would be freestyling on stage. I know I would just be like, I would get so good at it. I'd be so into it. I just know myself.
I would love to see that version of you, which is happening in the future. It's gonna be.
Yeah,
there.
No, that's the goal.
It's gonna be
right
there.
now. I just DJ because I do not have access to like that type of equipment yet. And also don't have access to that many songs that are out and released and mastered and club ready.
All things that come with time.
Yeah. And I'm still producing my own sound too, but I'm actually proud to say that I've been finding my sound.
That's great.
Not found, but definitely am on the right path to that.
You know, I think you're going to make for one hell of a stage presence when you get to that level that you want to be at. Because I've noticed the best type of sets that I've always have been to are the ones where the DJ is not only DJing, he's bringing energy, he's singing, I've seen that with like Bob Moses, with even Zoo, right? Who I think are people underappreciate in terms of his talent tree.
I want to be on some Zoo shit.
Yeah, like that is
eventually,
some powerful.
Like if I could bring my piano in. Ooh.
Right. Get
figure
sexy
out how
with
to
it.
make my own synths live. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That would be dope. Like bring like a dope ass Juno in and be like, I would do it.
That would be dope. That would be really dope. So for the people out there who have, never seen your stuff, never heard it, where can they find you?
Well, first of all, follow me on TikTok.
Okay. What's your TikTok?
Haylee_Wood, WOOD, HAYLEE, or you'll never find me.
Okay. HAYLEE _Wood.
WOOD.
Word.
That's also my Instagram. So honestly, on my SoundCloud, I just have a bunch of live mixes. And I also make R&B music for fun.
Oh,
so
shit.
So I have.
Where can people find that?
On my SoundCloud.
Okay.
Yeah, I have one song that I made under just Haylee on Spotify, but I'm kind of embarrassed by that song.
We all got them.
People say they love it. It's just my first song ever released, so feel free to go listen to it if you want. But for me, I'm like, I don't know about all that because it makes me cringe a little bit. It is on my SoundCloud.
It's your beginnings, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's all it's all my like beginning production. It's literally the first song I ever produced, and everything was produced by me because of that pressure that was put on me. That you felt
that you needed to be the only.
So that's also probably why I feel like it's not that good, is because I know it's like all just me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you think it could have been a little bit more spiced up if it had other involvement in it?
Yeah. I think so.
Maybe you should re-release the song.
Maybe I should honestly listen to it again, because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't think I can't listen to it, and I haven't for months. Yeah.
Okay.
So
what if we were to pull it up like right now?
I think that's actually what they're trying to do behind my back. No, my name's Haylee Wood on SoundCloud.
Let's spell it again.
HAYLEE. Wood. Oh wow, it came right up. It was the first one.
Bam.
Is she cute? I think it's go down. It's called Want You. Oh God, I'm gonna
look for Want You. Let's
going.
hear this.
Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, go to my tracks. You're going to my reposts. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right? You ever been on SoundCloud, bro? Ooh, I got 5 likes. That's lit. Keep going. I think it's the next one. Yeah, it's the next one. Want You. Go down. Oh, God.
Boom.
1997. Aw, 1998 now. 1997 is the year I was born. I'm already like... Okay, so the cool thing about this song, though, is a lot of this was my voice.
Okay.
Like, all of the sub is my voice. I didn't know how to make
sub bass. Just you and a microphone.
Yeah.
Why does that make you cringe so hard?
I don't know, because I feel like I could have processed the vocals better. Like, now I'm so much better at processing vocals.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to try to listen to it from, like, a different ear.
Just hear it.
Yeah, like try to vibe.
Yeah.
This is a banger. I'm like trying. I'm faking it so hard.
I'm into it.
Yeah, it's so good. What happened?
Not bad.
Oh.
It's not bad. You should re-release this.
Probably not.
Re-release it.
I
Get
know.
other DJs on it or something, to producers, like.
I could probably get somebody to make a fire remix, like a club edit. If I had a club edit, that would be fire. Oh, I'm actually now just seeing all these comments.
People love it.
They like it.
See?
He said this is a bop.
It's a bop. It's a bop. It's a certified bop.
We should start reading the comments out loud. It's perfect.
Your voice is incredible. Don't think I don't want ya. Don't think I don't need ya.
Look at this.
Someone said it's
Ooh.
timeless. Wow.
Your voice gives me chills.
Shout out Brucey Hutchinson.
Oh, gives me chills.
For thinking my music is timeless. My Shout out Asa for saying my Baku is amazing.
Your Baku.
This is damn impressive for your first track. I guess. Good start, Haylee. Thank you for being honest. I know, right? Who's gonna be mean?
Yo, you got a lot of love on this.
I did get a lot of. She's an alien. I hope that's a compliment.
Amazing, Babby.
Oh, that's sweet. You're going places, girl.
Made the beat as well.
Oh wow, yeah. No, I made everything. Okay, so
Mala
I produced
vibes?
that
I don't
with
know about that
Mala.
one.
I don't think that person knows
I
who
don't know about
Mala
that
is.
one. Yeah.
Maybe he meant Nala, maybe. But still, even. Hey, I mean, everybody that did comment on this, I'm just seeing it now. Thank you guys. That actually is really nice and
Got a lot of
encouraging.
love.
I haven't really checked my SoundCloud like that. But
They want you.
yeah, I have a lot of that's my only like house music track. I made that track. I was only, because that was 7 months ago, guys, and I've only been producing for 1 year.
Wow.
So I was only a couple months in.
And on your
5 months or something like
on
that.
your SoundCloud, do you have like a much more recent song?
Nah, like my other music is like R&B.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just like shit that I wrote in my bedroom when I was sad.
Word.
That I made into bangers.
I see. It's a good
He
time.
said,
good
yeah,
to-
we
you
trying to
trying
hear that.
He's ready. He's on it.
I
I think you got a new fan.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the newest one. I guess.
Old
Yeah,
Soul?
That's R&B.
Okay.
No need to try, no evergreen. You call shots, but never me. Got on a bus with memories. Got on the bus with memories. Moments rain, too cold for a Sunday. Hold so, can't nobody love me. Can't nobody love me. Same game is the same on the other side. I can't blame when I hang with a new guy. Ain't
No, what's
You know which
that?
one? You haven't seen that before?
No.
Oh my gosh.
it's okay. You'll be missed, but you're dismissed.
That would go
Gotta
viral.
change
That would go viral.
You gotta show
Can
me
we
what
pull
you're
that
talking
up? Can we
about.
pull it up? Yeah.
I don't know
Everyone
what
knows
you're
what this
talking
is. Everyone knows what this is. Watch. You're right. A cosplay version of that. You're not. Yeah, you're totally right. So, this is the girl from the lo-fi everyone recognizes.
Oh, I could probably do it too because my hair color and shit.
Totally.
I'm the tatted
Pull it off.
version.
Got on the bus with memories. Got on the bus.
It's a genius
with
idea. It's a good
memories.
idea.
Raining to go for Sunday. Oh, so can't nobody love
Either you take
me.
that or I'm gonna do it with
Can't
somebody.
nobody.
What? I've never seen that. Yeah.
Same gaming, the same on the other side. Can't blame when I hang with a new guy.
I fucking love this, Haley. I didn't know you had this in you. What is this? This is hot. It's dope.
But head so much, I got a concussion. My mood can't handle much. Kind of budget, but I'm a fan. Fuck it all up, hoping we can look at cameras. Smile, I saw you walking down the aisle. You so vibrant, baby. I don't mind it. Boy, you make my eyelids non-existent. You a simp when I be acting all promiscuous. I miss you much. I wish that I could save you, but I wish that I could save you, but. I wish I could.
Sheesh.
I'm wishing you could.
Damn, Haley. You brought out a heater that I didn't know was even, you know, part of your arsenal.
No, actually, like this is like when I say year 20 type shit. This is like where I'm at.
Nice.
I grew up on like Alicia Keys and Amy Winehouse.
I'm getting a lot of
Alanis
Amy
Morissette,
Winehouse.
Nora Jones, Ray Charles. Like I was more on the soul side of everything.
And is that a lot of the music your parents played?
No, actually, like so funny enough, my dad was a DJ.
Word.
But my dad was like an open format DJ.
Gotcha.
And like a karaoke DJ type of
Okay.
thing. So like it wasn't like he was playing electronic music or anything. But so I grew up on everything, literally everything. When people are like, I love all music except country. I love all music, especially country.
Mm-hmm.
And my voice, I love singing country music. I don't release a lot of that. But I love singing country music because of like the ballads in country music.
Yeah.
You know, like they really do have some serious depth.
For sure.
Like serious. And that's something that I just really appreciate about music that sometimes we don't get that much anymore is the depth. And
it also gives you opportunities to flex your vocals, you know, your voice. Because
I love to sing.
yeah, and country music has a lot of great opportunities for, you know, holding out a note and like
as the years have
singing
gone
something.
on, like unfortunately, like smoking weed and stuff, like I can't. Like I used to be like Ariana Grande type shit, but now that I smoke so much, like I've unfortunately gotten down to like. But I made it work for me because now I'm on this like jazzy, vibey, like raspy style. I'm like I'm gonna make yeah, exactly, right? I'm gonna make this work for me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make this work for me. Kind of Justin Bieber kind of did that too. I don't think anybody noticed as much though. He turned down he went from like tenor to baritone real quick.
Started smoking blunts.
He started smoking blunts and now he's got this
upgraded.
like more raspy tone to him.
Blunts and cognac.
But also I'm speaking from somebody that's seen him live
Word.
recently.
See, that's the thing. I've
I
never
seen him live when he was like 12, 13. I was a believer. 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I stopped seeing him live for a little bit. Then I saw him again when he was like 20 something. And I was like, bro, this guy's been smoking weed. Because that's what my voice did too. It's
I
like,
can hear it.
but it's a beautiful thing. His voice is, that's how you know, like you got like a natural voice. Is that like you can still warp it into something beautiful.
No matter the circumstance,
Yeah,
you work
no
with
matter.
it. You work.
I
with
got
it.
lucky, like literally by the grace of God, that I was just like kind of blessed with a natural voice.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, I've interviewed a lot of people who, you know, had to learn how to sing as well. Like they were not natural singers, and it was like an uphill battle. But the more you trained it, the better you become. You know, so on and so forth. But natural singers, it's like you said, it's a blessing. You know, it's just like, how do you keep that flow going? How do you get artistic with it? You know, well, what comes next now that you have the voice? So it takes some time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like when people have to learn to sing too, it's just like that's a struggle. Cause like singing be hard.
That it is.
And I couldn't even imagine learning how to sing. I mean, obviously because I've always known how to sing, but like literally I can't imagine learning that. That would be something really, really interesting to find out how you could learn how to do that. Because like, but there is a way, because even when growing up, like I started doing like chorus and stuff like that. Like I did chorus through high school and college. And that's where I was like, quote unquote, classically trained, even though I never really followed the same rules. Like they were like, make sure you sing from this area and make sure that you have a circular. And no, I didn't do any of that. I was like, okay, but I'm going to sing the way I want. But literally every time that they would be like, oh, chest voice, head voice, throat. Like there's 3 different ways to sing: chest, throat, head. I never knew that I was using different voices. That came natural.
Gotcha.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I couldn't imagine trying to learn that, because that's such a weird thing to just like know. Okay, because sometimes I don't even know if I'm singing in my throat voice or my head voice still, because it's just like whatever sounds good to me in the moment.
Yeah. When I speak to people who are learning it, it's more so a lot of experimentation and then learning how to control your pitch, and over time they get better at it. Right. And I've heard it. I was like you. I was like, there's no way you can learn how to sing. You're either born with it or you're not. But I've heard it, and you can get better, and over time it does.
And I've always looked into it too. Something that I can't do that well, that I fucking wish I could do when I sing, is runs.
Okay.
Like I can't do
just,
runs.
Right.
Like I hate bringing his name up so much, but he's my favorite artist. So hands down, regardless of who he is. But Justin Bieber, he has incredible runs. I know I keep bringing up his name, but I love him so much.
Yeah.
But realistically, like, look at this kid. Like, the way he's dealt with fame is very admirable, and that's kind of the reason I actually love Justin Bieber, because he's been famous since he was 14, and he's had like one slip up, and now he's married, like
doing well.
Yachted. I know that has nothing to do with it, but I just like that. Like, he's doing well, and he's still fucking famous as shit, and he plays every instrument known to man, has a gorgeous voice, but he literally has these runs, and I'm just like, if I could do that, that would be it. It would be game over for you bitches. Adele, move out the way. No, I would love to learn how to do runs. That's something that I would love to do, like a.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, damn, bitch.
Well, maybe it's possible.
No, I think I should look into learning it.
Yeah.
I would love to learn it. Oh shit.
I think it's possible. It sounds like it is, and you just got to put in that extra work. Like you said, it won't be easy, but I think it's in the tank. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, I would just have to find the right teacher.
So we're nearing our end of our time here, but is there anything you'd like to tell the audience? Any of your TikTokers, look directly into the camera and tell them, or just anything in general?
Yes, Adrian. I'm very glad that you asked. No. Really, no. There's nothing much I could say. I want to say thank you to you.
Of course.
I had a lot of fun, and I hope everybody enjoyed what I was talking about that is listening, including my little TikTokers. Thanks for watching, guys. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok, Haylee_Wood. And thank you guys so much for tuning in with Adrienne. And for the first episode, I think it was lit.
It was baller. I loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of the first episode of the Electronic Age. This is badass. I'm really excited to see where this goes from here. But this is a damn good start. Yeah. And thank you.
Retweet.
And for everyone that came and tuned in, appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. If you like what you saw, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Bye, guys.